All right, everybody, what's happening? Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Just please give me a thumbs up while I pin this right here. What's up, the beauty shark ginger? Let me pin this really quick because I'm excited about who I'm bringing on today. One of my guys, and hopefully he's one of your guys. His name is Ludacris. You probably heard of him as what's the name would say? This next guest needs no introduction. All right, so I'm gonna jump right into it with him. I'm just pinning this, everybody. Luda. Ooh, my eyes are getting so bad. You know, I had LASIK years ago, and that thing wears out. And they say you can't get it over 50, and I don't know if I should risk it. But they say now the technology has changed. I don't know. How many people out there got LASIK? Boom. All right. All right. So how many people can hear me? Just give me a thumbs up really quick because I want to make sure that I bring my guy on right now. Give me a thumbs up. All right. You can all hear me, right? Cool. All right, so I'm going to read his intro for you. So I hate to do this when he's right here because, you know, it kind of feels funny when you're just reading off somebody's intro right in front of them. All right. So Luda, his legal name is Chris, and I think you all know that. Luda has over 20 years experience in the entertainment industry from his 3-time platinum album. There's probably more than that right now. I think he sold 27 million records worldwide. That had nothing to do with downloads and showing my age, but just a million records worldwide, 27 I think it is. But his 3-time platinum album, Back for the First Time, to his acting career in Fast and the Furious franchise and others, created the Ludacris Foundation, which is something we're going to be talking about, which has raised over $2.2 million for youth-focused programs. And a lot of people don't know about all the things that people are doing behind the scenes, and yet they get painted with this brush of what are you doing for the community, right? He's currently breaking into technology sector with the latest venture that he started this past summer, Kid Nation, for which he is the content producer, songwriter, and creative director. Now, this is important because I know my daughter needs it. Kid Nation, interactive online platform that acts as a video and music streaming channel that allows children to access entertainment and educational videos on demand through a monthly and annual subscription model. Videos cover emotional intelligence, because Lord knows our kids need that today. Health and wellness, Lord knows our kids need that today. Current events and more. Well, I think parents need emotional intelligence and health and wellness too as well, because we're all going through so much crazy stuff. Inspired by his 4 daughters, I got 3, imagine having 4. He's dedicated to providing a safe online space for children's development and enrichment. And his latest Kids Nation campaign is #DriveHopeForKids in partnership with Gallup and Ford, which will help shape and support the lives of 10,000 children who attend boys and girls clubs in Atlanta, LA, and New York. The campaign prize a lunch with Luda and a brand new Ford Bronco. All right, I'm going to tell you a couple of other things about him. First of all, and I'll go into it with him, but I met him as he was a radio personality in Atlanta, and he went on to do amazing things, but he probably is one of my favorite artists for various reasons. First of all, his skill, his cadence, and the way that he puts things together. The fact that he did my Fatty Girl track, and the fact that he is probably one of the most professional people I've seen in the entertainment industry about being on time, keeping your word, over delivering. We're going to get into some of that right now. Let me find Luda really quick. Boom, there he goes.
Yes, yes.
What's up, man?
What up, bro? What's going on? Yo, the fact
Ah,
that you just said that about Fatty Girl, did you hear when I played LL the original version of the song with the Fat Albert sample?
no, what happened?
Oh man, he went crazy. So you do remember that Pharrell produced the original
I do
I mean,
remember.
for the original Fatty Girl, produced by Pharrell. The world had heard it for the first time when I went live with LL, and he literally, because you know he wrote like 3 different verses, but only used one of them. So I played him verses that he hadn't heard in over 15 years, bro. Can you believe that? It was crazy, crazy.
I I did not know that. I never knew all that behind the scenes stuff about Fatty Girl, and that and then Keith Murray had just came home from jail, and we
Yeah.
had Keith on there. But I think one of the most memorable times on Fatty Girl was when you and I know it. You were wearing a little gold chain and were handcuffed.
I know where
OJ
you're going.
Simpson, OJ Simpson walks on set, and he's fresh out of jail.
Yo,
Now I'm
fresh
wondering
out of
why is
jail.
OJ on set.
People don't even realize that OJ Simpson was in the Fatty Girl video because they edited him out. Because I don't think
I
his
know I
daughter
had
wanted
to
him to
take him
be
out.
there.
So here's what happened. Remember, he goes on set. He goes, I know what those are, and then you give him the handcuff chains.
That's right.
Then Corinne Steppens, who names herself Superhead, I name her Superhead.
Right.
She comes and she's dancing with him, and we have it on film. And when I showed it to the networks, they said to me, first of all, you better edit that out because we won't take it. But second of all, you can't play that because Macy's and everybody will drop your clothing line
Wow.
because
I
you
never knew
have
this.
OJ Simpson in there. Not that I didn't know him. I wasn't co-signing on him, but why not? I mean, he's on set. You know what I mean?
This is a historic story right now that people don't know. This is phenomenal information right now. We ain't even started yet, but this is great to know. I didn't even know that. I was always wondering why he got edited out the video. Because, like, do you understand how historic that would have been? I get it, but now I understand it wouldn't have been right for business at the time. I completely understand. Or any time, for that matter.
I might, I have it digitized in the safe. I'm not sure if it's safe right now. Bought that little piece and say, yo, time history. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll send it to you because music artists can get away with more than me. I'm sitting on ABC and I want to make sure I keep my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, please send it to me. And after we're done with this interview, go look up Ludacris Plays Original Fatty Girl for LL Cool J so that you can reminisce and hear the very first beat that Pharrell did. Dope, like
Yeah.
amazing, amazing.
No, I remember that, and he was singing Fatty Girl. He was doing the hook. Fatty Girl, wasn't he on that
Yep,
one? Was
yep.
he doing?
And he has 2 other verses on the song. Like it's crazy his work ethic, man. And I don't even know if you knew this, but LL Cool J was who made me want to rap in the first place. I was in like the 4th grade, and I'm Bad came out. I knew every single word to the song, man. And it's crazy because what part of New York are you from?
I'm from around the corner from L. I'm from Queens.
So you're from Queens. I don't think you knew this, but my father's from Mount Vernon, New York. Grew up with Denzel Washington. So
Oh,
my
nice.
grandparents and everybody. That's why I love New York so much. But man, the LL story is priceless, and so was that story you just told about OJ Simpson, man. Priceless.
It is crazy, man. And at that time, Fubu, here's what we were trying to do, and this is why I opened up with showing how much respect I have for you, because people in all kind of industries, they kind of don't want to be the first to co-sign on somebody, but we had decided to come out with an album, not with us on an album of current stars and new music, and we had you, and then with Fatty Girl, we released Mr. Cheeks first, Mr. Cheeks song on that album. It was Lights,
Yep.
Camera, Action. We had a comeback from In Vogue. We had something with I think it was Joe on it, and it was a good thing. But your song was the hit, obviously for obvious reasons. And the reason we did it is because we wanted to reinforce that we understood the lifestyle of the culture that we were selling to, and you signed on when a lot of artists. LL was already family. Keith
Mm-hmm.
Murray just came home, and he was obviously excited because of LL. But you were hot as, and still hot as a pistol in various different ways. You were hot as a pistol. You didn't need to sign on. You signed on, and I appreciate it. And I gotta tell people, ever since we've known each other, even prior to that, you always been. I'm in your first 2 videos. I'm in your Move.
That's right. That's
Get
right.
Out the Way. I got a little cameo in that, and I got a cameo in the first song to Throw Your Bows. I'm in both of those videos.
Bro, I don't even think there's any other 2 videos that anybody could make an appearance in that would be more historic than you doing that. And I know you've heard this plenty of times, but one more can't hurt since you throwing me all these flowers, man, is that thank you for being a beacon of an example and light just in this entertainment industry as a whole, not just clothing, not just music, not just cross promotion, not just marketing, but as a black man, for someone to look up to that had his business straight from the jump, that owned his own, company and showed others exactly how it's not only is it capable, but how it can be done. So, I think that people are just now starting to give you the credit due, but man, you've been doing this since way before people even remotely thought about what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to maneuver in this industry. So man, hats off to you.
Well,
and thank you for doing this today, bro. Real
well,
talk.
thank you, brother. I hope a lot of people see us giving each other our love and mutual respect for each other. And as I opened up, I want people to learn from you, because I think that a lot of people, they go into industries or they go into places, they want to be a boss, and they think the boss can show up after everybody and leave before everybody, and they can hire and fire people. When you being the example of the star in front, you're always on time. You're always a man of your word. You have brilliant people, Shaka and Jeff, behind you, but it's a team, and you over provide. And I'm not sure where you got that work ethic. And I think that I'm gonna just assume that is what took you from music to acting and various other things. Because when you go out of music, especially rap, you go into another world. You gotta earn it like you ain't never been in that world before. And they look at you, sometimes they look at you like, yo, you're gonna come here with too much bullshit. You're gonna come here with a crew. You're gonna come here smoking weed, because that's what they thought about me. They thought I was gonna walk in a room with baggy jeans on, gold teeth, and a gun, and start breakdancing.
Yeah.
So how did you move from that area of life to Hollywood?
Well, man, again, man, the crazy thing about this is I keep giving you flowers, but you're one of the individuals that taught me wherever you're at, as soon as you get there, you need to already start plotting and planning on the next move or where you're going to go from there, because everything is a stepping stone. So I would say, first and foremost, me being at that radio station, I worked at, that you talked about earlier, that was always a means to an end. I only wanted to work at the station in order to get my music heard from all the producers and artists that came there. So I was like, it took me a certain amount of time, but I never wanted to be a radio personality. That was just the stepping stone. And so from there, in terms of me learning how to be on time all the time, if you got a radio shift and you on at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., you can't be late to be talking to millions of people on the air at a time. So once you do that every single day, it starts registering to you that, like, you get there on time, you leave on time. And that's exactly where I got that work ethic from. In terms of giving back, because today is officially Giving Tuesday. So talking about the foundation and all of that, I learned a lot of that at the radio station as well, because they used to require us to do a certain amount of just giving back every week. So community service. And from there, I saw the impact that I had just being a local celebrity here in Atlanta, Georgia, the impact that it had on kids that I would come visit them. So obviously, as my power and my popularity grew, I just wanted to continue doing it as much as I can, and the influence. So, man, that radio station did wonders for me, bro. Wonders.
I think this is the first time that I ever thought about this as well. When I was working at Red Lobster, so obviously you've been on the road. You from Hollis, Queens. I don't know if they say there's something in the water, but LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper, Ja Rule, Tribe Called Quest, Onyx, Young MC, even Prince Marky D lived there. Lost Boys, Tribe Called Quest. All comes from the same area. And I think that when I was working at Red Lobster, I do remember when I tell the stories about how I got onto all the video sets, it was because, and I just DM'd him the other day. I didn't even know that we remembered each other, but I DM'd Prince Marky D because he used to always come in, Salt and Pepper, LL, and Jam Master Jay. And I used to always ask them, where's their next video? And they were always so kind to me. And I think that as the radio station was a means to another way, that was a means for me getting access to video sets to put my little FUBU shirts in. So when people right now are listening to us and they're at a place and they think that this is a dead-end job or a job that they just doing to pass the time, how can you maximize that place to get, whether it's the understanding of how to be on time and how to operate and pay the bills, because 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we got to go to this commercial, or to get mentors in there or get access to more information, and I think that that's something we can all learn from.
Yep.
I'm going to hop into the foundation because I know it's Giving Tuesday, and I'm going to hop in that 1 second. I got one other question to ask you. You're in two different industries, and I know that you have various streams of ways that you are obviously making money, and you got various resources. But the two industries you are in has been somewhat paused or devastated due to the virus. Obviously, shows very hard. I mean, I saw in Thailand though they're still doing shows because they only had one case in Thailand in the last
Right.
60 days. You know what I mean? So I saw a
they
huge
partying, they
concert.
doing festivals, all of that in
They
Thailand.
getting it
You
because they
gotta love
locked
it.
it down. They started welding people's doors the first 2 weeks of COVID, and now they good. But then also the movie situation. I know there's been a lot of, you know, bullshit because of that. How are you finding ways that you're staying either busy or ways to monetize what you do today, right now, in this period of time?
Hey man, well, humbly speaking, it doesn't hurt that, you know, I've sold over 20 million records and then, you know, wrote all of my records and didn't have anybody write them for me, because as we know, publishing and shows are the two main sources of income for artists like myself. But like you just said, the movie industry has gotten pushed back because people aren't in theaters, and we have Fast and Furious, which is a huge theater movie.
Yeah.
I guess it goes back to everything that's coming full circle about our conversation. um 15 years ago, I was already thinking about what's going to happen, you know, when I don't want to rap anymore, when I don't want to be in movies. And so I have two things going. One is called Karma's World, which is an animation that's on Netflix, and it actually comes out November 5th of 2021. And it's inspired by my oldest daughter. And we have 40 episodes that are already completed and done. So that's something that, you know, is humbly speaking, a ownership in the entire world. And I think it's going to shock the world. And then number two, you were just talking about Kid Nation, man. I'm just thinking about legacy, and, you know, throughout all the things that have gone on this year and past years with the struggle of all things, just us. I'm always
Yeah.
constantly trying to figure out how to build the new generation and how to get them and make life a little bit better for them. And so this Kid Nation is huge, man. Like, we just launched it. The site is up, kidnation.com, and now the app is up. And you spoke on it earlier about how it's safe for kids and, you know, emotional intelligence and all these different things. I could talk about it for days, but if people go and look at the content, these are original content, videos and songs, then again, this is something that's in the streaming business, which a time like this, streaming is going up, as we
Right,
both
and so
know.
let's get into that, right? So the desire was obviously you have your four babies, and you know, I look at my daughter and I see that she learns a lot from Nugget, Negan, and all these kind of things that she's looking at all these things, and I'm always worried about her going on to an unsafe platform because I know that last year there was that whole thing with the little Peppa Pig thing going on, and there was people, you know, hacking it and telling kids, "Oh, Peppa said go and go and set the house on fire. Let's see
The
how that goes,"
Momo
right?
challenge on YouTube.
Yeah, yes, yeah, some stuff like that. So tell me, first of all, like, with the concept of it, because how old are your girls now?
So I actually have three girls. People say four because I took in my sister-in-law, who's
Mm-hmm.
around the same age as my oldest daughter. So I actually have three biological children. The oldest is 19, man, and she just started at Spelman College, which is a beautiful thing
Congrats.
because they're virtual and she's still at home. And so I can keep her off campus, but so the guys can't holler at her currently during the first
Right.
year as a freshman. I'm very happy about this, by the way.
Very good for you. And how old is the youngest?
So the youngest is 5.
So it probably was. I mean, obviously, you know, this is how I feel. My daughter just graduated from FSU, my middle, and I felt like the tools were not out when she was a kid, and my youngest is 4, and I think that we're probably feeling the same thing to give her a safe way of learning, but also in little nuggets to get her more advanced. And now with parents being teachers at the same time, which God forbid, you know, these poor parents got to be teachers at the same time. You're saying that this thing right now is something that they can kind of go off on their own and kind of use themselves, or the parents need to use it with them, or both of those things together?
Bro, listen, you just said it, man. I think the parents will enjoy it even more than the kids. Kids can be on there by themselves as well. It's just that the parent has to, you know, go through the right steps in order to be okay with the kid being on it by itself. But, you know, we have songs talking about drinking more water, eating more vegetables, talking about science, talking about getting good grades. But as we know, hip hop and just pop culture in general, anything that's considered as cool to kids, they're going to continue to follow and sing over and over again if it has a great hook or a great message. So just imagine a world where it's like I'm trying to compete against the present day music industry, but for kids, because you and I both know, because I'm a part of it, I make music for adults, and I don't necessarily want my kids at a certain age to be singing the adult content that I'm singing. So with that being said, how do I provide a world where it's all positive content, but it's just as good and current production
So you're
and
saying,
music
oh
and
wait, wait,
melody?
wait. So you're saying that one with Shauna or whatever getting some head is not appropriate. Her tonsils were swollen and no. So you're saying
Yes,
you understand that.
I completely
Bad Luda,
understand that.
bad Luda. All right, I
Yeah.
got you.
So I'm trying to,
So
so basically, it's almost like the difference between you see like Eddie Murphy. He had a stand up called Raw, but then he's the voice on Shrek. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to have balance in life. So this is my offering to the world of trying to create a safe place for kids. It will blow your mind if you go on kidnation.com and check out some of this content. And because
now
it's like, yeah, go
I'm gonna
ahead.
check it out, man, and I'm gonna promote. I got no, but go ahead. You were saying something else. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that we have like the whole month free and everything because it's the holidays and Cyber Monday, and we just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to really check it out. So I would just go on there, man. And you have so many resources of opportunities through so many channels. I do want you to check it out, and if you love it the way that I know you will, we would love anything that you can help us do in terms of resources. Because my only goal is to get this to as many children around the world as possible. We even have Spanish songs. So it's not just about the United States of America. This is trying to bring world peace, world unity, and world love. KidNation.com, baby.
I'm going to support anything you do. So what is the overwhelming goal to get to those people around the world? Are you going to, after a certain point, I know like anything, because now you're a tech developer and stuff like that, and maybe I won't even get into that, but as you get into this stuff, you start to find your rhythm, find where it works, it doesn't work. Will you be also having other publishers send you stuff so you can get more content on there quicker, or will this be something that you need to just clearly authorize everything and do it yourself because you want to keep that security in there and grow at a slow and consistent pace?
No, we want to grow at a fast pace. We're going to grow at a fast pace. Yes, we are looking for submissions, people with resources. Again, if you go on the site, you'll notice that there is a place for people to, submit songs, submit production, submit your kids if they want to be in some of the videos. So it's a community where we're trying to bring everyone together. And that's literally what it is. So I'm glad that you said that as well.
Okay, yeah, because I think, I've always been one, and I didn't have necessarily outlet all the time. Guys like you and everybody who's watching are probably A-type personalities. You wake up with a damn different idea every morning, and then somebody says, well, how are you going to execute it? But I definitely wanted to do little financial intelligence things at kids at a young age because, the way it is right now, as I always tell people, if you're never learned financial intelligence in school and you need to learn it, they need to be teaching it like they teach shop, right? Because, you and I, when we get out of school, we probably ain't going to build no goddamn birdhouse, but we're going to need to be able to balance the checkbook and balance the P&Ls. And if they don't teach kids during, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, how to learn financial intelligence, well, then you're able to take out $300,000 worth of school loans when you get to 18 years old and you don't know how finance works. And they say that 50% of the kids that will graduate today will graduate with a title that doesn't actually exist. Well, they will, retire with a title that doesn't actually exist today. Think about if 10 years ago, somebody told you to study to be a drone operator or a social media expert or a pay-per-click expert. You'd have been like, what the hell is that? You would have ended up going to school, taking out $200,000-$300,000 a year to end up running somebody's social media. You've been paying loans off till you're 45 years old. So I think that financial intelligence should be important.
We have a song called Young CEO on KidNation.com. We have something for everything. So I'm glad, again, that you're in tune, that you understand this completely. And man, there's nothing that brings my heart more joy than seeing the reaction from the kids. And obviously my kids are the tester group on all of this. So it's already over 50 videos, over 100 songs, all original content. So listen, man, it's revolutionary. It's edutainment, as we like to call it.
Edutainment. Now, so I appreciate it. So we're going to check that out, and it's going to be kidnation.com. But then I want to talk a little bit about you have something else because the Boys and Girls Club. So
did you grow up in the Boys and Girls Club?
Drive Hope for Kids. I did not, but I got honored by them in LA about 4 years ago, and it was truly a privilege, man. And I didn't even know the Boys and Girls Club really existed, honestly, when I was growing up. And I did get turned down by the Boy Scouts, and I remember getting so pissed at that I would never give to them for the rest of
Wow.
my life. And then now I see these commercials. Have you been touched by a priest or the Boy Scouts or a wealthy businessman? Give us a call. So
Oh,
maybe that's a
wow.
good thing I didn't go in there, because obviously there may have been some craziness going on. I know they went bankrupt, but no, I didn't really know about the Boys and Girls. Did you go to them? You went to Boys and
So
Girls?
so I didn't. I've gone a couple times, but my father and Denzel, they grew up in Mount Vernon Boys and Girls Club, and obviously this is a place that has so much recreational activities. It keeps a lot of people out of trouble. And right now, that's what we're doing this drive. The campaign for, because Boys and Girls Club helps with families that are underprivileged, like getting them tutoring, helping with education, helping with supplies, all these different things. And so that's part of the reason that we wanted to do this in conjunction with Kid Nation. And we need everybody to go to winanewbronco.com, because we're giving away a 2021 Bronco, which is like an 18-month waiting list on this. But it's
I didn't
all
have
in
that.
conjunction with helping these kids in Boys and Girls Club. So winanewbronco.com. Go ahead.
It's winanewbronco.com, because I didn't have it. It's winanewbronco.com. Go on there.
Yeah.
Listen, OJ keeps coming up in the conversation. It's really amazing. Winanewbronco.com. I was actually going to buy one of those new Broncos. They kind of fly. And then they're also going to go to lunch with you, right?
I'm gonna hand the person that wins the keys, obviously, when it's safe enough to do that. And everybody over there at Gallup and Ford and Gallup, they're customizing it and everything. So it's one of those situations where if you was gonna buy one, you might just need to sign up for this as well, and you might be the winner. I know people will be pissed because you already got a lot, but you might need to go to win a new Bronco.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I like seeing what you and Galp. I like seeing what you and Galpin are doing, man. That's not my style. But
Yeah,
absolutely, man. So listen, I'm gonna be checking this out, man. And
thank you, bro.
in any words of wisdom on what besides obviously the business of what you're doing, I know that you're giving a lot, and I know that you and I are fortunate, and I'm seeing a lot of people fall by the wayside, and I just want to tell people out there who are watching us both that right now is the best time ever that you will ever get a pass. Be able to go out there and call people and tell people what's going on. You never know. They may want to collaborate with you. Look, Luda and I know each other for years. I didn't know he was doing this. Now I got to find some resources and or ways to get him content. Because if you just check on people, your Rolodex is the biggest asset that you will ever have. And maybe
Thank
8 months
you.
ago, there was somebody that you knew that you weren't in the same city with, you were like, or you used to work with, or they were in the service with you. Shout out to service members, but you didn't call them. But now you know where everybody's at. I always say this: everybody's at home on the couch fighting over the remote control, drinking a bunch of Cheetos and Tito's, and wondering who else can they collaborate with. So,
Thank you.
Luda,
Thank
people,
you.
thank you for the lessons, brother.
Absolutely. And just like your television show, another way you can help is we're about to do our first raise as well. So I'm gonna turn this into your TV show in a minute. But just check out the content, man. I greatly appreciate you. Continue to be, set an example and just be an example, man. I can't wait till we can go and have some dinner again and some lunch and build on so many different things on how we're gonna change the world, man.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for giving to people, and thank you for being who you are, and give love to the family and everybody else.
Peace and love.
You got it. Nah, listen, so that was a great conversation. That is my man. I've had so many years of great experiences with him. And, I'm going to see if I can bring somebody else on here right now with me. Let's let this thing. All right. Yeah. So again, you can come in if you want. Again, that's a perfect example of a colleague that we don't see each other often. Maybe we see each other twice a year, maybe even once a year, and we don't even go to dinner with see each other. We're in passing half the time, or maybe I'll go out to his yearly event. But a lot of respect for this person, and so reach out to people that you know out there, and make sure that you talk to them. Now I'm going to bring somebody else on here if anybody wants to have a conversation with me really quick, and let's get this cracking. Let's see here. Let me try Wi-Fi. All right, there you go. I got Band Rich Clothing here. I got a clothing company on here. Let's see how that person's doing.
Daymond, what's up, man?
What up, man? I can't see you. How you doing? Oh, there you go. What's going
Right
on,
here.
man?
Hey, look who on here though. We gotta get footage of this.
Mm-hmm.
The
How
shark. David,
What
what's
up?
up, man? Hey, look, my name is Illy, right? Well, Phil. I'm from San Francisco, right? I started my public brand before Richard. I've been like, I just dropped my online course, which I actually mentioned you in there because you're one of my biggest mentors, right?
I appreciate that.
Right. I love the way you built your brand using LL Cool J, all that in your gear, any given Sunday. I basically read all your books, Power of Bro, Power Shift. Like I got
Nice.
just ordered Power Shift recently. Right. And I do all this from prison. Everything I do. Right?
You in prison right now?
Yeah, I do all this from prison.
Wow.
I opened my storefront in September 25th. That month we did 17,000 in sales. But I've learned it as I grow. Like right now, I'm trying to learn payroll, how to pay my employees, everything. Right. So I just bought your templates of the 2021 marketing. So I was looking at them this morning, going over. Okay, let me look at the templates. I've basically been trying to get in contact with you to get mentored by you. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
how do I reach out to? Right, a lot of people don't know that. They be like, "Hold on, no, you this from jail? How you doing all this?" I got some.
You said, "How do you reach out?" I don't think you can reach out, man.
Right. I got a big brand ambassador.
Are there bars on the side of you? Just turn
Sale doors.
Ooh. Yo, you are fantastic.
Daymond, this is the best interview I done had this whole year. And I was just telling my Shelly this morning, I got to get one of the biggest influencers in my brand. That's what I've been working for. Getting a big influencer to really be one of my brand ambassadors to push our label.
So hold on. So first of all, you could DM me after this. Maybe we can have lunch in 3 to 5 or 7 to 10. When are you gonna come home?
So right now I got time, but I've been working, Dave. I'm trying to get up out of here. My brand is growing every year.
When are you coming home?
I got time still.
Oh, I know, but when? I mean, you got any kind of idea of parole hearing?
So basically, when I was 19, I was convicted for attempted murder, right?
Ooh, maybe you gotta cancel lunch. Go ahead.
Right. But basically, the victim in my case, he been trying to help me come home. They never had no evidence on me, so it's all been working. But that's why, so I help, like, in my community, like, I've been bringing, like, youth into my brand. So what my brand is, my fiance, she was in foster care, her and her brother. He just passed away this year in March, got killed. But so basically off my brand, off every sweatsuit I sell, I donate a t-shirt to a troubled youth or youth in need due to the fact we from the projects, and I've been bringing a lot of kids into our group and helping the youth, like trying to show them a whole different way with photo shoots.
Listen. I know when you're in that situation, because a couple of my boys hit me up and they got burner phones and stuff like that. That you don't know if you're gonna have this phone for a long time, and I don't want you going through too much right now where I may get disconnected from you. What is your Instagram? I know I hit it, but what is it again?
At Bands, BANDS, before B and the number 4, Riches, RICHES _clothing.
That is a long ass name, but guess what? You got time on your hands. I'm just joking. I just had to do that, man. But listen, so here's what I'm gonna do. Listen, if you read all my books, you did all that kind of stuff, man. You already have the mentorship. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you a great course on Amazon, a great course in digital marketing, a great course on Daymond on Demand for you, because that is really personal mentoring that I give to you. I mean, I created these courses as well as 2 other courses come from other people who are friends of mine. These are big courses. This is going to be a total of 50 hours worth of an education I'm going to give to you because of your creativity and because of your dedication to already reading my books and because of your ingenuity. So I'm going to get that out to you, man. And again, all joking aside, it's a rare interview. If you DM me if you happen to be coming home or something like that, you know, I would love to actually get together, you know, because it's just, you know, it is what it is, man. I respect this
Right.
random
Thank you,
time,
man.
the
For
random moment in
real.
time.
Need that. Right. Because I've been watching everything you do. So I've been just like following a lot of your footsteps. You, P. Diddy, Rick Ross, you know, strong black men that's really doing something in the game, you know?
Listen, more importantly, I think that more people here are going to get inspired than I am, because if you can do that from where you're at with the circumstances you're under, and even hearing that your fiance's brother passed away and various other things, then don't you think anybody can do it if they apply themselves?
Right. That's like everybody that really knows me and knows who's behind my brand, they be like, damn, you do all this. I believe anybody can do it. Like if you doing all this, like I didn't found like everything. My manufacturers in Pakistan, I didn't found them myself. The color coordination of my merchandise, my gear, the fabrics,
Hold on,
everything.
Junior,
I
you
didn't
know they're
found them
going there,
all.
right? Yeah, no, those are going there, and that's going there. The trimmer's going there. Yeah, no, I heard you about your manufacturing packaging. I'm sorry, I got a lot
Right.
of work going on here, but all right.
Right.
So listen, I'm
I found
gonna
them
get this
all.
stuff. I'm gonna get this stuff over to you, man. Because I know that obviously Instagram cuts off in a certain amount of time. And
All right.
listen, man, I got a huge amount of admiration for you. All the jokes aside, I know that listen, you could take the jokes. Obviously, you're a big boy.
Right.
And a lot of people saying in here, they're saying they're proud of you. They're saying that they love your determination. What's a DC number? I don't know. Listen, I'm really impressed, man. I'm really impressed.
Right. All right. So thank you. Send me everything that you can send me. Thank you. You and your team. Thank you for everything too, Daymond.
You got it,
Y'all
brother.
my inspiration.
You
All right.
got it. Honestly, all due respect, stay safe, man.
All right. Thank you. Wait, I got.
I gotta tell you, I'm really inspired, and I think that more people should be inspired. I mean, my circumstances were pretty tough coming up, but you know, I'll tell you, I'll speak to people like that, or I'll go overseas to see people that have absolutely nothing, absolutely like not even a house to live in, and pull themselves up by their bootstraps and rise to places where nobody else can 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 get to. I don't think I'm not even I'm not even gonna. I don't think there's any other reason to have the rest of the Instagram today. I think that we learned a lot from Luda, from you seeing our history, more importantly, what he's doing today. And if you didn't get it or you're coming in late, I want to make sure you go to kidsnation.com. That is is it Kid Nation, a KID Nation, or is kids with a plural? But I think it's kidnation.com. Go there, check him out. And obviously that young brother that we just spoke to, if you ain't inspired by him, you ain't inspired by anybody. So, all right, all the best. And I'm not sure when I'll see you. I'm definitely going to see you next Monday at 12, and next Tuesday at 12. And I may pop up in the middle of the week too, because I had a really great conversation last night, random one about that guy who had the restaurant in Texas. And thank you for putting it in there. Kaya, thank you for putting in kidnation.com. And that's about it. All right, guys, everybody would be great.